to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and welcome to One Championship Immortal Truth. We're coming at you live from the Phu Tour Indoor Stadium in Ho Chi Minh City for the first time ever in Vietnam, and for the first time ever, a complete striking card. For our main event tonight will be for the One Super Series Bantamweight Muay Thai World Title. Nongo defends against Brice Delval of France and Algeria. Also on tonight's card, the one debut of the great Kulab Dam. He takes on Bobo Sacco of France. The megastar from Vietnam, Nguyen Tran Uy Nyat, takes on Aswan Shaywil of Malaysia. And B. Nguyen from the USA takes on India's Pooja Toma. Our prelim card is stacked. Joseph Losiri back in action, takes on Mongol Bet. Santino Verbeek, trained by the great Ernesto Hoost, takes on Juan Cervantes. Singtanoy back in action against Momotaro. Amber Kitcher makes her debut, so does Victoria Lipianska, Michael Pham and Mohammed Fakhri bin Yusuf. And kicking off our prelim show, it's a One Super Series Muay Thai contest at featherweight, as the UK's Michael Pham takes on Mohammed Fakhri bin Yusuf.
Representing Malaysia, X-Men, Mohammed Fakhri.
A 23-year-old out of Johor, Malaysia. They call him the Ant-Man, Mohammed Fakhri bin Yusuf. Began training in Muay Thai as a 17-year-old, brings in a 12-2-1 record. The Mayor Cup champion, the Perak International champion, Johor and Kelantan Muay Thai champion. 7 years younger than his opponent tonight, and a full 9 centimetres taller than the UK's Michael Pham. We kick off under our One Super Series Muay Thai Global rule set, 3 3-minute rounds. 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system. What a way to kick off our prelims here, Mitch, with Mohammed out of Malaysia.
Mohammed Fakhri bin Yusuf, you can see in his corner, he's got Jordan Boy in there for all you One Super Series striking fans. And Mohammed Fakhri bin Yusuf brings a very exciting style to the ring here in One Super Series. He likes the kicks, but his favorite technique is that flying knee, so pay very close attention to that. Fakhri has a very high finishing rate. He comes in and he's always looking for that knockout. He likes to put intense pressure on his opponents, and he feels this is a very good matchup against Michael Pham. He knows that Pham is a counter striker, so he's really going to try to push that pace, but not leave any openings to get caught. So he has a height and reach advantage on this one, and he plans on switching stances to confuse Michael Pham. He doesn't want to stay flat-footed. He wants to get in, he wants to get out, and then obviously he wants to look for that big knockout shot. He is a knockout artist, and this is going to be an exciting way to kick off our first all-striking show here in Vietnam.
Representing the United Kingdom, Michael, the Beast from the East, Pham!
Great round of applause for the UK's Michael Pham out of London, England. Pham, a 3-time European Muay Thai champion, born in London to Vietnamese immigrants. First martial art he ever participated in as a 16-year-old was Jeet Kune Do, the martial art, of course, invented by the late Bruce Lee. After Jeet Kune Do, he moved into Muay Thai, has amassed a very good record of 17-5-1. As I said, welterweight European champion, WKA and MTGP. Also ISKA Muay Thai European champion. Actually ranked in the top 10 welterweights in the UK at the moment.
Pham has been very confident all week going into this matchup. He believes he is better in every area than Mohamed Fakhri bin Yusuf. So expect Michael Pham to kind of wait and see how things go. He's a little bit of a slow starter in the first round. He likes to gauge and really assess his opponents in those first 3 minutes. And he spent his 6-week camp getting used to the small gloves. This is the first time he's ever competed with those small gloves. So he's a little bit concerned about the defensive strategy that he's going to have to employ. But instead of being his counter-striking self, he wants to put the pressure on Mohamed Fakhri bin Yusuf because he thinks that's going to be his secret to success. He wants to apply that pressure and then look for those big head kick knockouts that he's known the world over for. He's got a good record of 17-5-1, which he's done really across the pond over there in Europe, and he's really excited to be here in Vietnam for the first time, so we can expect some big things from Michael Pham. He's a little bit older, but he's also got a 9-centimeter disadvantage in reach, so he's gonna have to close that distance on the reach.
It's a one Super Series Muay Thai contest set for 3 rounds of action. It's the UK versus Malaysia, 2 traditional Muay Thai stylists. The elder of the 2 is Michael Pham. Let's go to Tom Lau.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Phuto Indoor Stadium, this is One Championship Immortal Triumph. And now we begin with our first match of the evening. 3 rounds of 3 minutes in a 1 Super Series flyweight featherweight Muay Thai contest. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he is a Mayor Cup champion, standing at 179 centimeters tall, holding a Muay Thai record of 12 wins and 2 losses. Training out of Muay Thai 98 Fitness Gym, representing Malaysia. Give it up for Ant-Man Mohamed Fakhri. And now, introducing his opponent out of the red corner, he is an MTGP European champion, standing at 170 centimeters tall, holding a Muay Thai record of 17 wins and 5 losses. Training out of Team TU, representing the United Kingdom. He is Michael, the Beast from the East, Pham. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Olivier Coste.
All right, guys. I want a clear fair fight, 3 rounds. Touch the ring if you want. Back your corner.
Final instructions from our center referee, Olivier Coste. We are set for the first of 3 rounds of 1 Super Series Muay Thai action in the featherweight division.
Judge time. Ready?
See where they call Michael Pham the Beast, a beastly physique from the 30-year-old out of London, England. He's in the white trunks here. Straight right hand early on from the Beast Pham. Fires out a front kick. Mohamed Fakhri in the multicolored trunks. Defends against the round kick off the back leg there from Pham. Goes down to the lead thigh of Pham. Inside leg kick, outside leg kick from Mohamed Fakhri. Checks the low kick as Pham. Needs to continue checking those. It's apparent that Fakhri's going to go after the elite quadriceps of the man from Great Britain. That's the hamstring there. Catch and counter from Fakhri.
He's really trying to touch up that leg. Pham answers back with a shot. He's just marching forward. He's trying to go after that lower part of the leg there of Pham.
Pham's got a very powerful cross on him. Checks the low kick well there. High right roundhouse kick from Pham. Fakhri edging forward. A little more flat-footed of the 2 here. As you see, Pham tries to loop the shin around the back of the neck. Overhand right there, just backs up Mohamed Fakhri.
I like the overhand right there thrown by Pham, because every time Mohamed Fakhri's throwing those leg kicks, he's kind of dropping his hands a little bit, just leaving that chin exposed. He's gonna have to be very careful. Pham's got a nice right hand.
Step through knee, takes an elbow to the side of the jaw. Nicely placed there from Pham. We are seeing a classic Southpaw versus Orthodox contest at the moment. The Orthodox, the right-handed athlete, being Michael Pham. The Southpaw lefty being Mohamed Fakhri. High round kick again there from Michael Pham. The heavy artillery early for the man from the UK. Double forearms guard, countered with an overhand right. No mustard behind those punches, though, from Mohamed Fakhri. As Mitch mentioned earlier, we are in 4-ounce gloves for this one. The margin for error is slim indeed. Jab 2 there from Pham. The 2 just needed a little more pepper behind it, that being the straight right hand out of that orthodox stance. Whips away with the high round kick, popping left hand over the top from Pham. Solid start this from Michael Pham. Fakhri cannot forget those leg kicks that were working well for him in the opening 30 seconds. And goes upstairs.
He's abandoned those kicks because he's getting touched up every time he tries to approach and throw those kicks. He's leaving his hands down. And very true to their styles, you can see Fakhri's the one moving forward, stalking Michael Pham. But Michael Pham's able to understand his timing. He's been able to land a lot of good counters. I like it when Pham goes forward, though.
Pham throws into the jab, looking to set the right hand. Goes for an outside leg kick. Round kick, tucks it under the left arm. There's a turning left hook from the UK. Good opening round there for Michael Pham. We do have 3 judges inside who are scoring on a 10-point must system. Give the winner of the round 10 points, the opponent gets 9 points.
Nice little fake there on the push kick coming from Michael Pham as he goes over the top with that left hook. But that's been the story of that round. We're seeing a lot of counter strikes coming from Michael Pham, and he's been able to do a lot of good damage. Like you said, Michael, I do like those low kicks that Mohamed Fakhri was able to utilize in the first minute of that round. He's kind of abandoned that when he started to get touched up from Pham throwing that straight right hand, but I'd like to see him go back to that. Maybe set those low kicks up with a little bit of the hands and then finish with the low kicks. But I like the work Michael Pham is doing. Lots of good counter striking, and he's also starting to figure out the timing of Fakhri.
Ready to roll into the second round, live from inside the Phu Tor Indoor Stadium in beautiful Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. A magnificent city. My first time here. I tell you what, this place has a pulse and a half. It is incredible. Great crowd files in for a historic night of action. Our first time ever in Vietnam for one championship, and the first time ever an all-striking card. It's all Muay Thai and kickboxing tonight. Outside leg kick from Fakhri. Good turning lead hook there from Michael Pham. Jab to overhand right, left hook. I like the way that Pham throws that left hook with a little quarter angle turn off to his, well, counter, I should say clockwise turn there. The way he throws it, Mitch just steps off the angle to not allow the counters to come from Mohamed Fakhri.
Comes over that right hand very well, too. You can see a nice little catch there as he throws it again.
Action counter, perfectly legal under these one Super Series Muay Thai rules. Leg kick there from Pham. You sense the confidence is now oozing out of the beast from the east, Michael Pham.
In that first round, he was able to figure out the range, understand the distance and the timing of Fakhri, and now he's able to start doing some good work.
Now, this is something we haven't seen much of yet, the clinch work from both these men. I'd be intrigued to find out who has the upper hand in the grapple.
Mohamed Fakhri does train with Jordan Boy, so he's very, and we've seen a lot of Jordan Boy in the past inside that clinch. So I'm sure Fakhri's very comfortable inside the clinch right there as Michael Pham puts him on the backside.
178 centimeters of Mohamed Fakhri gives him tremendous range, and usually in the past he's known how to use it. He'll throw more of those long kicks though.
He's not really using that range. He's not really putting out that jab as much as we thought. He's just kind of walking forward, looking for those leg kicks, and Pham's able to touch him up.
It's always been the bread and butter of Mohamed Fakhri. The long ranging kicks to open up the opponent and then land either the head kick knockout or the knee knockout. 3-leg pan for Mohamed Fakhri in preparation for this one. Pham having a very impressive opening round a couple of times, came close to looping the shin around the back of the neck. Also managed to get off his right hand and that lovely placed left hook of his. Fakri on the front foot here. Nothing coming from the Malaysian, and he gets tagged again.
I like how he doubled up off that jab. He threw his right hand. He throws the leg kick, and then before that leg kick even comes down, he's throwing that right hand again. Nice
You've
counter
seen
there.
Michael Pham compete before over in the UK. You'll know that his bread and butter is the jab cross left kick combination. Predicted an overhand right or a left hook knockout tonight. And close a couple of times in the opening stanza. Thought about the overhand right there, did Pham. The man from the UK. Vietnamese parents. Actually had double the training camp of Fakri's 6-week camp for Michael Pham. He said the main focus was getting used to the 4 rounds of gloves for the first time in his career. 2 down, 1 to go. Real treat for these fans. For the first time ever in Vietnam, one championship. You can hear the shrieks and the squeals. They are so excited to be here as a great crowd built into the Full Tour Indoor Stadium. Make sure you check out our shop, shop.1fc.com. So much great swag on there now. Get yourself fitted out with our t-shirts and our sweatpants and our caps and the rest of our tremendous One Championship official gear. One more round remaining on the first contest of our prelim show between Michael Pham of the UK and Muhammad Fakri of Malaysia.
Stay your corner over there. Corner. Stay there, stay there, stay there.
You feel that it's time for Fakri to
Ready?
get down to business. We are in the business end of this match.
Eyes.
3 judges are scoring on a 10-point must system. Wherever you're watching around the world, folks, how do you score the opening 2 rounds? You give the winner of the round 10 points, the less dominant boxer gets 9 points. There were no knockdowns, there will not be a 10-8 round. And now we're seeing the clinch at knees, dead center of the ring, trying to pull the head down there, Michael Pham. I do like what I saw, though, from Fakri in the clinch. Maybe that could be the game plan here in the 3rd minute. Try and lock up Pham and work the knees, score some much-needed points.
Yeah, this round is going to have to be his. He's going to have to really put a lot of pressure on Pham and really start to do good work with those hands. The only success he was having was in that first round with those leg kicks. He seemed to abandon that strategy and just kind of walking forward, looking to land body kicks.
Size of the deltoids and biceps here on Michael Pham. Tremendous condition. There's the overhand right foot, nothing but air, but
Stop.
connected.
Greg.
Refereeing there from Olivia Coast. Pham setting the right hand again. There it is, down the center corridor. Round kick, nice counter downstairs from Fakri.
That's what Fakri needs more of. He needs to punctuate at the end of every single thing, because that's what Pham's doing. He's landing shots, there's not an answer back from Fakri.
It's okay to play the counter game, but you've got to counter. If not, Fakri's got to go on the offense, and he's got to do it in a hurry. Only 90 seconds remaining in this contest. Jump off right hand there from Pham, ties him up, low clinch, runs him off.
Good inside that clinch. I like how he's redirecting a lot. He was able to dump Fakri a few times by utilizing that redirect inside the clinch.
So many tremendous athletes from the UK on the One Super Series roster. Ian Nolan, of course, the General, Jonathan Haggerty, former world champion. Got to go first here, Muhammad Fakri, but he is not. And even as Pham calls him forward, Fakri's sitting back far too much. Time really is the enemy of the Malaysian now. Overhand right from Pham. Maybe Fakri is hoping that Pham overextends, makes a mistake, gives him an opening. Do you want to hedge your bets on that with only 13 seconds left? Nice step across outside leg kick there from Pham.
Pham's got a really nice, like almost, he has a very quick switch off that left side. With a lot of heat with those kicks. See Pham starting to feel it, starting to showboat a little bit. He's putting the volume into it. I think he knows where this decision is heading.
He has absolutely tenderized the lead leg of Muhammad Fakri. Michael Pham has done everything right. A tremendous debut performance for for the man from London, England. I feel, Mitch, that Mohamed Fakhri really did sit back far too much, particularly in that third round. And folks, you can watch us in over 140 countries tonight. Immortal triumph live from Vietnam on BR Live in the USA, ABS-CBN Sports and Action the Philippines, TV1 and Astro Supersport in Malaysia, TV Tyrant 32 in Thailand, Hotstar and Star Sports Select 2 in India, Toggle and Channel 5 in Singapore, Abima TV Japan. We'll be in Japan October 13 for 1 century, 2 shows, 1 day, 28 world champions on the one show. It's going to be incredible. I believe there's 4 world title bouts, maybe 3 World Grand Prix Championship final bouts, 28 world champions all up, all on October 13 at the Ryogoku Kokugikan in Tokyo for the 101 Championship show. Tom Lau has our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from the red corner, Michael Phan.
There's no doubt about it. A powerful performance combined with technique. And the beast from the east, Michael Phan, wins on his 1 Super Series debut. The winner's medal goes back to London, England. It's 1-0 in 1 Super Series for the European champion, Michael Phan. And coming up next, it's a 1 Super Series Muay Thai contest set for 3 rounds of action. Amber Kitchen from the UK takes on Victoria Lipyanska.
Representing Slovakia, Victoria Lipyanska.
The 22-year-old out of Bratislava, Slovakia, Victoria Lipyanska, makes her 1 Super Series debut. 26-10 record for the WMF Pro-Am Muay Thai World Champion, EMF European Champion. She beats the likes of Amanda Yuniku and Rebellion down under over Cindy Silvestre at Siam fight number 3 back in January of last year. A lot of talent right here from Slovakia, Mitch Gilson, in Victoria Lipyanska.
Yeah, Michael, she has been all smiles. The confidence just oozing out of this young lady. She spent 8 weeks in camp and she worked really hard on developing her boxing and her footwork and creating those angles. She plans to push forward, create that pressure on Kitchen, and she also wants to kick a lot. Lipyanska is known as the kicker, so she likes to set everything up with the hands and then ending with the punctuation mark with those kicks. She's captured a lot of European titles, but she realizes that this is her biggest match to date, and she really wants to put on a good show because she knows just how valuable and experienced this is because of Kitchen's record and her reputation, Michael. Kitchen is known around the world as a very highly credentialed kickboxer. So Lipyanska is very excited to get in there and really test herself against one of the best.
Lipyanska came into Vietnam earlier this week, has been floating on a cloud of confidence, really enjoying herself, enjoying the experience of being on the biggest stage in the world for the first time ever.
Representing the United Kingdom, Amber and K47 Kitchen.
Mitch, whenever I want to feel really old, I think of Amber Kitchen and the fact that I used to commentate her mum, the great champion Julie Kitchen. Last time I commentated Julie Kitchen back in Montego Bay, Jamaica, when she fought Angie Parr in 2009. So right now, I feel very old seeing this young lady, Amber Kitchen, 20 years old, from Cornwall, England, make her one Super Series debut. The WBC England Muay Thai champion who literally grew up in the gym. Her mother, as I said, Muay Thai world champion and kickboxing British champion. Her father, Nathan Kitchen, there in her corner tonight. It is so good to have Amber here in one Super Series.
Yeah, the WBC England Muay Thai champion is now in one Super Series, and she is pumped to be competing in Asia for the very first time. And to make it even more special, the first show here in Vietnam, she gets to make her one Super Series debut, and she's pumped. She spent 10 weeks in camp, and she worked on creating angles. She believes that Lipinska is just gonna come forward. And so it'll be interesting to see how Kitchen creates those angles, and she creates just those small, minute openings to land those big shots. She has a very good, impressive record, and she believes she's gonna have a huge speed advantage as well.
It's a one Super Series Muay Thai clash set for 3 rounds of action. It's the UK versus Slovakia. 2 countries you usually find on the football field do it here tonight in the Futor Indoor Stadium in this Muay Thai catchweight contest. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Dom Lau.
And now, this match is 3 rounds of 3 minutes in a one Super Series strawweight Muay Thai contest. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, she is a WMF Muay Thai World Champion, standing at 169 centimeters tall, holding a Muay Thai record of 23 wins and 14 losses. Training out of TFC Bratislava, representing Slovakia, presenting Victoria Lipinska. And now, introducing her opponent out of the red corner. She is a WBC England Muay Thai champion, standing at 170 centimeters tall, holding a Muay Thai record of 18 wins and 4 losses. Training out of Touch Gloves Gym and representing the United Kingdom. Put your hands together for Amber AK-47 Kitchen. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Ilias Dolapsis.
Red, blue, center ring. 3 rounds, Muay Thai. No striking to the back of the head. Be strong, be fair. Obey my instructions all times. Any questions? Touch gloves. Good luck, let's go.
Final instructions from our referee, Ilias Dolapsis. We are set for 3 rounds.
You ready?
In this catchweight one Super Series Muay Thai contest, Amber Kitchen versus Victoria Lipinska. 2 champions in the ring. Lipinska will come in the favourite here. She'll be older of the 2. And a nice slow sweep there from Lipinska. Looks for the left hook. Under back up, Julie Kitchen. Nice left hook there from Kitchen. Lipinska goes down the centre. Good tip to the midsection. Jump. Right hand from Julie Kitchen. Kitchen kills her mum. Up her. Aggressive start from both these young ladies, Mitch.
Yeah, they're throwing heavy volume at each other. You can see just the way they're doubling and tripling up on all these shots, really trying to keep each other guessing. It's going to be who can land first. You can see Kitchen starting to go up top with the head kicks.
Some sensational fast technique being displayed by both athletes early on. Jab 2 there from Lipinska. Now Kitchen backs her off. Beautiful right hand. A short elbow on the inside from Amber Kitchen.
Stop!
Kitchen does have a beautiful head kick there, the way she whips that leg around.
Very high guard on Kitchen. Roundhouse kick off the back leg. A young lady from Cornwall, England. Already seen 1 win for the UK tonight, courtesy of Michael Pham from London. And the UK go 2-0 here in Vietnam. Breaking leg kick and a high kick there from Amber Kitchen. Lipinska chooses not to keep it pinned in that corner. Now backs her there, body shot, left hook to right hand, downward elbow, good combination there from Lubyanska. Kitchen tries to dump her, no, struggles with her into the corner. Works the knees, and referee Tolapsis breaks them. Fantastic opening round. Two young Muay Thai tigers here. Lubyanska's hand combinations, sweet indeed. And the kicking arsenal so far of Amber Kitchen is something to behold. Jab two, there's a solid right hand to the jaw from Lubyanska. High front kick. Kitchen thought about the elbow, got backed off with a front kick to the midsection.
Nice forward pressure coming from Lubyanska, and that right hand is starting to connect.
Lubyanska, 22 years old, Kitchen only 20 years old. And here they are competing on the biggest martial arts stage in the world on one championship. Catching counter there from Amber Kitchen, and the round kick to the waist. You can see the vast difference in the styles here. Kitchen more reliant on the legs, Lubyanska on her hands. Both throwing combinations as we go to the towels at the end of one.
That was a good first round from both these young ladies. You can see that beautiful question mark kick goes up top, goes shin to the side there of Lubyanska, and there she is, ending that combination with a beautiful right hand. It jumps right back into it with a nice little 5-punch combination right there. It was just a lot of good work from both these young ladies. Michael, I want to put you on the spot. Who'd you like in that first round?
You know what, Mitch? It's a very tough one to call. I really like the hands of Victoria Lubyanska. I really like the legs of Amber Kitchen. Very hard to call, Mitch. I'd hate to be a judge on this one after one. There are 3 judges ringside. They are scoring on what's called a 10-point must system. The winner of the round gets 10 points. The less dominant boxer gets 9 points. There are no draws in one Super Series.
Very diplomatic answer. I didn't say so myself there. Good way to avoid all the controversy.
Second round of 3 inside the Full Tour Indoor Stadium in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. It's one championship, Immortal triumph. Don't forget, folks, to follow us across all social media platforms at One Championship, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. Round kicks again from Amber Kitchen. Left of screen in the blue and white trunks. Nice step through knee there from Victoria Lubyanska. She's in the bright green and black. Jab two. I like the way Lubyanska threads the hands together. Jab two again from the Slovakian to the outside leg kick. Doesn't want to let Kitchen out of the corner this time. Step through knee from Lubyanska. Now they grapple. Elbows can be thrown here. Knees can be thrown, obviously. Neither lady getting off anything really decisive, and Elias Tolapsis breaks them. Nice step across there to cut off the ring movement from Lubyanska. Evasion, 2-punch counter. Goes downstairs, Kitchen, high check. Good front kick from Lubyanska. Goes body head, Lubyanska, changing levels. Always keeping Kitchen guessing with her hands is Victoria Lubyanska.
She's definitely attacking the body, the head, and she's also mixing the leg kicks. I like when she throws the leg kicks to end her hand combinations, because that's also scoring as well.
High left roundhouse kick from Kitchen. Certainly has been the better in the kicking department. The boxing, though, has been all Lubyanska. And again, let's fire with the right hand. There's a nice knee curled under the left ribs of the British athlete.
Forward pressure from Lubyanska is going to score very well in the judge's eyes. That aggression that she's showing by coming forward. You can see Kitchen does land. She does land these counter shots, these push kicks to keep her away. But I like when Kitchen goes forward too, but Lubyanska's going to see that push kick right there. It keeps her away. Disrupts her balance.
Inside thigh kick from Kitchen. Lubyanska went high off the lead leg. Under 1 minute to go, second round of 3. This one Super Series Muay Thai contest. Didn't check the second kick. Didn't see the hook coming there, Kitchen. Lubyanska may be looking for the 3-2 combination, the hook to the right hand. There it is. No one does it better than our one Super Series megastar, Giorgio Petrosian, who will be in action against Sami Sano, October 13 in Tokyo in 1 Century. Spinning back is there from Lubyanska. 15 seconds to go. That hook has been problematic for Amber Kitchen. The overhand elbow there, Kitchen.
Lubyanska's also got pretty good defense too. Amber Kitchen's having a hard time, getting through the guard of Lubyanska. But we are seeing a lot of good push kicks coming from Amber Kitchen as far as a defensive strategy to keep Lubyanska away. I'd like to see her maybe fake that push kick occasionally and come through the guard, landing some elbows and possibly throwing some hands.
Great crowd. Friday night in amazing Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, inside the Full Tour Indoor Stadium. We are expecting a sellout tonight. Star-studded card coming your way. Nongo Jangadao versus Cristal Val. The debut of the great Kulap Dam against Bobo Sako. Nguyen Tran Nguyen Yat, megastar of Vietnamese kickboxing, takes on Azwan Shea Will of Malaysia. And Anderson Silva back in action against Babel Adisayev. What could give us the knockout of the night? Third and final round here between Amber Kitchen and Victoria Lubyanska.
Quick. Okay.
Just looking at both these athletes, Lubyanska seems the more confident of the two. A little more fluent, her hands have been landing well. Kitchen, very leggy. There's a nice kick though from Lubyanska. Kitchen with the punches down the centre.
Lubyanska's kept that constant pressure, but she's also kept the same pace. She hasn't varied throughout the round. She's just constantly keeping her high-volume attacks coming forward, but she's also controlling the center of that ring. She's able to cut the corners and apply that pressure when needed.
Kitchen back against the outside, drop through the right hand. Beautifully placed. No knockdown, says the referee. I thought that was a well-placed right hand there from Lubyanska. Comes forward again, the Slovakian. Step through knee. Kitchen's got to get out of the corner, got to get off the ropes here. Lubyanska hoped for the left hook to right hand. Now they clinch up, both ladies trading knees. Lubyanska's corner calling for an elbow.
Separate.
No room to throw it though. Lubyanska, nice parry of the front kick. Threaded right hand there from Kitchen. Lubyanska goes high. Kitchen again on the outside. Lubyanska controlling centering, glances at her corner, the Slovakian. Front kick to the belly button. Kitchen has slowed down here. Lubyanska picking her shots, not overextending, does not want to leave herself open to a counter. I believe Lubyanska thinks she's ahead at the moment and is just putting down the points to stay ahead and do nothing silly, nothing rushed. Good right hand to the orbital there from Lubyanska. Still 1 minute 5 remaining for Amber Kitchen to maybe find the target with those kicks of hers. Thump there from Lubyanska. Left hook to right hand again. Good counter right there from Kitchen. That may give her some confidence.
That kick landed and she followed it up beautifully with that right hand.
Straight right hand there from Kitchen. And a counter downstairs. That's more like it from Amber Kitchen.
Lubyanska can't take a break right here. She's got to keep that pressure. She's got to keep going forward. Kitchen does a good job when she starts to go forward.
30 seconds left in the final round.
You see these big breaths that Kitchen's taking.
Knee from Amber Kitchen. 20 seconds remains now. Is there a roundhouse kick or a front kick to the face left in the arsenal here of Amber Kitchen? She's trying to kick off both legs. Jumping knee there. Lubyanska just threw her back into the corner. Body shot nicely clipped upstairs there from Kitchen. Crossing elbow. Would have liked to have seen a little more of that in the second round from Amber Kitchen. Tremendous values of integrity and respect shown by both these athletes. And who will come away with the win on their one Super Series debut?
Could have been too little, too late, Michael. There's that beautiful head kick she had right there. Just goes toes to the face there of Lipyanska. Nice little push kick to follow it up, and then here comes a right hand, too, that was able to land. Beautifully done, just with that straight right hand. That was her best sort of series of the entire match that she was able to put together. And, but what do you think, Michael? Do you have to give it slight edge to Lipyanska?
Mitch, if I was going to lean one way on my very unofficial scorecard, I would go Victoria Lipyanska. We did see flashes in the final round of the Amber Kitchen that is so beloved over in the UK, that has garnered her so much success at an early age, but we did not see enough of it. Then again, it's not for me to decide. It's for 3 judges here ringside. There can be no draws in one Super Series. We must have a winner. It was, any way you look at it, a tremendous first-time out performance in one Super Series for a 22-year-old Lipyanska and a 20-year-old Amber Kitchen, which once again, Dragon, makes us feel terribly old.
Speak for yourself, Michael Schiavello.
Tom Lau is in the ring. Does the medal go to Slovakia, or does it go to England?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. Judge number 1 calls this contest in favor of the blue corner. Judge number 2 scores this contest in favor of the red corner. And judge number 3 calls this contest in favor of your winner by split decision from the blue corner, Victoria Lipyanska.
It's a smile you'll never forget. It's a performance we won't forget. It's a successful one Super Series debut for Victoria Lipyanska of Slovakia. And Amber Kitchen should be very proud of her performance too. 3 rounds of scintillating Muay Thai action between 2 world-class athletes. What does the future hold for both of them? Incredible stuff, I'm sure. Mitch Chilson now is about to have a chat with Victoria Lipyanska. Let's go to the Dragon now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Victoria Lipyanska. Excellent performance here tonight. Your plan from the beginning was to apply a lot of pressure. Did this match go expected?
Yeah, I know Amber was so tough fighter, and she's really young, she's hungry, and my only tactic was to make pressure and push forward, because I know she's tough, but I needed to be much more tougher than she. So, but she was tough. She was tough enough. It was a really tough fight, so thank you to her and her corner for the fight. Thank you.
It was an excellent performance. You really applied that pressure and followed your game plan perfectly. How do you feel about competing here in Vietnam?
I have no words. I have no words. I love it here so much. I've never been to Vietnam before. This is my first time. This is the first ever one championship in Vietnam. So I'm so proud to be here and make history with one championship. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Victoria Lipyanska!
We're going to be seeing a lot more of her. She has absolutely won over the crowd here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. 22-year-old Victoria Lipyanska victorious on her one Super Series debut.